I was a new artist that a lot of people thought was really weird and very different and shocking, or whatever everyone thinks of what I do sometimes. And then we put out Born This Way, and I made a statement about equality and acceptance and tolerance during a time where I felt that my fans and I were so much alike, and I could really relate to their struggles and their feelings and what they go through as the new young generation, the challenges that they're faced with socially. So I wanted to make a statement about them and for each other, to really cement from then on and forevermore that my heart is always in the right place with my music and my intentions. And so now, with the Jeff Koons sculpture on the cover and this sort of return to electronic music with a love of art and creativity and vision, it's us celebrating where we started and saying we're still here and nobody changed us, and no matter what, I never changed who I was or what people wanted me to change. I just kept being me, and here we are. And now we're a sculpture. Now we're forever. Celebrity was a thing. It was just so different than it is now.
Right.
The celebrity and the singer was held to such a in such a beautiful way by the media, by the press, by the audience. And I think that now we've sort of arrived upon this modern culture of humiliation with celebrities.
That's what everyone wants to know, right? What's she gonna look like when she dies? What's she gonna look like when she's overdosed on whatever they think I'm overdosing on? Everybody wants to see the decay of the superstar. They want to see me fail, they want to see me fall on stage, they want to see me vomiting out of a nightclub. I mean, isn't that the age that we live in? That we want to see people who have it all lose it all? I mean, it's dramatic, right? It's a movie, and yet I just am not like that on my own time.
And my point is that if you're going to harass the artist, this is the death of entertainment. It's the death of show business.
I felt like some people were holding me to a very high standard. Everybody's hooting and hollering because, I didn't sell 20 million records this time, which I did with my first album. And, it's not easy to replicate that. And I don't have a formula. It's one thing to put a train on the tracks, but it's another thing to keep the train on the tracks. You can't just let the train while out on the tracks and just run out. I crashed.
I didn't read a special book to teach me how to do this, and nobody put me into a weird machine and popped me out gaga. It's really truly who I am. The world looks at us almost like characters, and famous, like you said, it's like a beast or a monster. But for me and Tony, we get to see the side of fame that the world hasn't sensationalized. We see the fans and the smiling faces. I have no idea how much in the beginning of my career people were saying, don't you think you should have less gay dancers on stage? Don't you think that you should make this, put more girls in the show? Don't you think that it should be less gay and more, appeal to more people? Why don't we put this single out because you'll get new fans? And I just said, I don't want new fans. I like my fans. I don't need new, if you don't like Born This Way, if you don't like Bad Romance, if you like Poker Face, but you don't like, my fans love it. And that's all that matters. I'm not looking to be worshipped by the world. I want to worship my fans. I don't want to be your queen. People say awful stuff about me all the time, and I don't think that it matters whether they're famous or not. Because it's pop music. Everybody's entitled to their own artistic expression, and if you have a problem with it, just change the channel. I don't understand the incessant need to constantly go on and on about hating things. I think that everyone in this room needs to do everything that we can as a unit to continue to inspire passion in young people, so that they don't feel that the only way to success now is by making a crazy YouTube video or doing something psycho on Instagram. You know, the way to make it in this business is to write songs and to go out into the world, pick up your guitar and walk from block to block and say, "Hi, I'm Lady Gaga. I'm an artist. Can you book me at 7 o'clock on Friday?" I said this last night on stage. It's like, nobody's gonna remember what you tweeted when you die. Nobody's gonna remember your web content for the week. What's gonna be remembered is those magical moments that you have helped to create, bringing artists and the artistic community together to breed the compassion and the love that comes with creating. And that's why I've been talking so much about creative rebellion, because it's like, what are we? What are we as an industry if we are not telling our artists to be creative? What are we? What are we doing? What's happening? Why? Why is it a prison? And why are we allowing it to be a prison?
It's just sort of the way that culture has changed, especially in America, that there's an obsession with celebrity culture. Now there's no distinction between the celebrity and the artist. It's like we've kind of been lumped all together in one pile because, we all have big hair, or we all have on makeup, or because we're all photographed. But the reason that I'm photographed is different from why other people are photographed. And that's the distinction I'm trying to make on art pop, is the intention of the work. The intention of the work is not to make you love me. The intention is always to make you love you, and for you to truly have a transcendent experience with music and leave feeling better than you did when you came in.
Fame has not been the easiest thing for me. And it's because even though my first record was called The Fame, I really wasn't in it for the money and attention, no matter what cost. And I think that maybe the theatrics and my penchant for entertaining people could be better described by me just being an old soul and somebody that really loves show business. And because of that, I found myself feeling very misunderstood and a need to withdraw from people around me and from, the world. Because I am who I am, and I don't dress any particular way to impress anyone or market myself for my music. It's actually who I am. And whether that makes me crazy or insane, I don't know, but it's my truth. So I'd rather just be open about my own insanity than allow anyone to think that I'm like in a room somewhere generating what next thing I'm gonna shock you with. That's not what I do. What I do is I'm myself every day, and I make records that I hope will touch one fan's life, that one person that feels this same sort of insanity that I feel that you need to change constantly, that maybe that helps you to escape. I'm not perfect, but I just wanted you to know that. I wanted you to know that, like, I suffer from the same things that you suffer from. I run too. I think that there's an assumption that, like, I live like two different lives, but I really don't. It's just, this is me. And there's a lot of women that wear wigs every day, and there's a lot of women that wear weaves every day. I'm not really different from that many women. I just, I think it was different at the time when I first came out, and now maybe it's not so different anymore, because it's not as weird for like a white girl to wear a wig or to be wearing a weave and talking about it. I mean, it's sort of normal now, and it's just, I just love to create things, and I always found a sense of my own confidence and my ability to change the way I look every day. And I know some people might think that that's shallow and fake, but I don't think that at all. I think it's a beautiful way to express your pain, so that you don't feel like you can't dress up, or you have to throw a sweatshirt on and be miserable. And maybe when you're with other people, maybe you don't feel so happy and so full of joy. You feel kind of insecure and small, and try something new. t-shirts. I think more of the issue is that people still feel like such a sense like they don't really know who I am. And I don't know if you ever will. And I don't know that that's because of me. I think it's because of what other people say about me. And I think it's up to you, if you want to get to know me, to look to find the truth. That's the age that we live in. You have to really look for the artists and care for them. And we live in a time where the artist is harassed and it's like a media gossip frenzy. It's not at all what it used to be about. So yeah, if you want to know me, maybe you have to dig a little more.
I'm just always obsessing about music and the performances, and yes, it starts to sort of drive me insane, but I'm not any more insane now than I was when I started.
Being provocative is not just about getting people's attention. It's about really saying something that affects people in a real way, in a positive way. Right. So all the things that I do in terms of the fame and in terms of the fame monster, it's meant to sort of make it a bit easier to swallow this kind of horrific media world that we live in.
And I want to change this code in the atmosphere that in order to be remembered, I must die young. In order to be remembered as a legend, I must be dead first. This is unhealthy. The way that we are treated by the media, this is not me. I'm just one of many people that are treated poorly by the media. This is show business. We are here to entertain you. We are here to make you feel joy, to make you feel love, to make you have a good time. It is time to turn over the leaf. It is time for me, the artist, to sit in the front of the corporation and for the corporate world to support all the artists, because we are here to bring the ideas, to bring the joy, to bring the vision to the world.
What art pop is all about is how the truest way for us to maintain the music industry is to put all of the power back into the hands of the artist.
It's not necessarily related to what other people may see as a positive role model. It is my interpretation of what it means to be a modern role model in our society today, and to push the boundaries of love and acceptance and equality, and make the pop industry bleed a little bit and remind it that it's human. I believe that if you have revolutionary potential, you then have a moral obligation to make the world a better place. If you like to draw, that's a talent, and you know that you should follow that talent instead of feeling like maybe you'd be better off being a doctor or better off going to business school. Creativity is important, and don't push the light down. Let it shine bright, art pop.